The other topic that was covered in student management is the student workshop. This is a 4-song workshop, and I wanted to show you here on a screen share where you access all the information related to the workshop. So here's the homepage of the teacher intranet, and if you go into your curriculum page, and here in the foundation program section, you'll see the student workshop. And if you click there, this is all of the materials related to the 4-song student workshop that you'll need. So here is a PDF of some information that'll answer most of your questions that I put together. And we are going to be adding some further workshops to this. So right now there's some general information here, and then we've got the student 4-song workshop, and then in the future there will probably be some other workshops added to this. So here you can look through this at your own leisure and read about the purpose of the workshop, some different options, different formats, tuition, materials, royalties, and here is the information that's specific to this particular 4-song workshop, where we teach Night Storm, Jackson Blues, Amazing Grace, and Ode to Joy. And I'll let you peruse this, and I'll go back here to the main workshop page. So that's the PDF that you can read through. There's a couple of teacher training audio files. This one is the one that you already have listened to in Module 9 with Neil. There's another short audio by Robin Keene talking about the workshops. And then here is the student home materials section, where you can see exactly everything that your students see. Now, the student has the option of ordering the physical materials for the workshop, but you've got everything right here that you need. So again, that is on your curriculum page of the teacher intranet in the foundation program section. Here's the student workshop area. As you prepare to start teaching Simply Music, I think you might find this to be a really nice resource to get students through your door. When I was going through a phase of growth in my own studio, and I employed some Simply Music teachers in my studio, I was looking to grow my student base quite a bit and fairly quickly. And I used this 4-song workshop as a promotion, and what I did was offered it at a discount through some daily deal programs like Groupon, which is still around. And then at the end of the workshop, which typically would be weekly lessons for 4 to 6 weeks, then I would offer them the opportunity to enroll in ongoing lessons. And I actually got quite a few ongoing students from holding these workshops. And one of them actually was my student for years, and now she's a teacher. Now I have created a sample 6-week lesson plan for conducting the workshop. And so this is only a suggestion, and of course you can implement it however you'd like, and there are a lot of different options, but this might be a good starting point for you. Now I'm going to share my screen with you and show you how I've set that up and how you can easily customize it for yourself. I'm in Google Drive now in the file that I have shared a link with you. And I'm going to show you first how I have this organized. This is a 6-week lesson plan. And if you look at the bottom here, there are 3 tabs here. The first one contains weeks 1 and 2, weeks 3 and 4, weeks 5 and 6. And so if you scroll down, you'll see the next week here. First, I'm just going to go over the columns that I have created. I will come back to the start time and the length in a minute, but then the description is what you're going to be talking about, learning modality. So whether you're on the practice pad or the keyboard, at the keyboard doing a round robin, or just sitting in their chairs, that would have just the dash. And then some comments that are helpful with regard to each section there. And then in case you have some extra time in any of these workshops, sessions, I have a couple of ideas there on things that you could do. Back to the start time, I've set this up so that this calculates automatically what time. And this might seem a little excessive, but it's really helpful to plan down to the minute what you're going to present. It helps you be efficient with how you use your time. And you can, of course, tweak this, but this is actually a good thing to keep in mind for planning your ongoing lessons as well when you're working on managing your time. So let's say that you have a weekly workshop and you're going to start at 1:00 p.m. In the yellow highlighted cell, you can just type in your beginning time, 1:00. And then you'll see that all of the times will automatically calculate. These are formulas in these columns here, so don't touch those. I mean, in these cells here in column A, don't touch those, but you can adjust the start time, of course, and then you can also adjust the length in minutes. So let's say I don't think I'll need this much time for the basics. Let's say you want to make it 8 minutes. Okay, well, that adjusted everything else. So I'm basing all of these on a 50-minute session. So again, if you are going to offer an hour-long session, then you could add more minutes elsewhere. But if you wanted to take a couple of minutes away there and add some down here, you could do that, and you can quickly see how your time is. What I did when I offered the 6-week workshop was I incorporated the intro session a little bit each week. Another way that you could do this, and I have done this before as well, is offer a 4-week workshop and require that they come to a full free introductory session prior to starting the 4 weeks. That's completely up to you. I liked having a few extra weeks so they could get their fingers working and have plenty of time to cover everything that we needed to cover. And I just want to be super clear that this is just a plan to get you started. This is not a prescription on how it's supposed to be done. You could deliver this however you would like to deliver this. Here's weeks 3 and 4. And same thing, and you'll notice that in some of these extra time fillers that I suggest talking about some of the curriculum. I mean, the purpose of this, for the most part, is to get ongoing students into your studio on a more long-term basis. So you want to be telling them about all of the things that they will have to gain from doing that. So for example, when they're learning Jackson blues, you can talk about, this is just our foundational blues piece. There's so much more. And if you know some more of that, you can demonstrate it for them. Here's week 4. So we're again continuing on with the intro session. I always follow that, the intro session portion, with addressing any issues that they have with the songs that they've learned up to that point. So you can look through this, you can tweak it as you want to. Week 6 is kind of there for teaching anything that you haven't gotten to. Sometimes by the time you get to week 5, they might be falling behind. Maybe somebody isn't practicing. You can take some of that extra time there and work on issues. You've still got week 6. If you don't get through everything, you can at least start teaching Ode to Joy. They could always finish it on their own if they wanted to, but you want to reserve a good portion of the last week of the workshop to talk about your enrolling in your studio and talking about anything that they would need to know and with regard to ongoing lessons, and time for questions as well. Some people like to have a little celebration or bring cookies. That's completely up to you. And one final thing you might want to consider is offering a slight discount on their first month's tuition, basically because they still would need to purchase the full foundation level 1, even though 4 of the songs that are in there they already have in the workshop materials. So you can say, well, if you enroll today, I'm going to offer you 50% off the first month's tuition, and that way they get a discount. We can't give them a discount directly on the foundation level 1 materials because they purchase that through the website. However, you can offer them a tuition discount, and that would just be a marketing expense on your part for your business. This 4-song workshop also works really well for summer workshops. Sometimes parents are looking for extra things for their kids to do during the summer. And this is a great way to get some of them in the door as well, even if they might not even be planning on continuing, but once they get going in learning these songs so quickly, they might want to continue. I've gotten several long-term students that way from summer workshops and from just the promotional ads that I've done with Groupon that I mentioned. You can also use these as a gift around Christmas time. I've done that as well. I would print up gift certificates and offer them at a discount to my studio families. If they wanted to give the gift of music to somebody, they would it would usually cover 1 month of lessons. And actually, several times I've had people call my studio, people I didn't know, looking for a gift certificate for piano lessons for a loved one to give as a gift for Christmas. That's it for the student management section. Now you can go ahead and complete the last 2 sections of Module 9, and now those are royalties and licensing and peer support.